Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everyone. And for this video, we're going to look at how to draw certain type of solid box. So if you go over here below the home button at the modeling menu here, we got box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, and torus. So you can discover all this, but I would like to show you how to draw box, cylinder, and wedge in this video. So we're gonna start with box first. Okay, gonna start with box and read out the command. Specify first corner. So just select any point that you like. So and then over here, if you read through the command, it asks us to specify other corner, or we have an other option. So I prefer to use length. So you can click on that and then specify the length based on the axis. So we got x axis over here, we got y axis over here. Okay, and we have to specify x, y first. So let's start with x. So let's say 100, and then click enter. And then we can bring our for the y direction, the length along the y direction. So let's say 200, and click enter. And then now specify the z, the z distance, or basically the thickness based on the z axis direction. So if you put negative, you're gonna go negative down that direction, and so on. So I'm just gonna put down, let's say 150. Enter. So that is for our box, a simple solid box. Okay, now let's move on and look at how to draw cylinder. So cylinder, you want to specify the base, tapak, the base of the center point, of the base. So you can change either one, any other option here, but we're not going to change that. We're just going to stick on the center. So I'm going to click at this point here and then give the radius, or you can click on diameter and give the diameter. So I'm just going to stick with the radius. So let's say I'm giving 50 mm for the radius. Now we're done, and then we want to draw the distance along the z-axis. So let's say let's put the height is 150 as well, then enter. Okay, alright, so still related to cylinder, I just want to show you what happened when you change the UCS. So for this video, I'm not going to share with you how exactly to change UCS. You can watch my other video on how to change UCS. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the command UCS. So I'm gonna put my point there. Okay, let's say I put my point there, and then change the X over here, and then Y over here, going up. Okay, now when I'm trying to draw a cylinder, so I'm going to click on the cylinder, click the center base, the base center. So let's say I put the diameter 50, still 50 mm, enter. So I'm going to give the height or the distance of along the z axis, let's say 150, enter. So you can see that, do you notice the difference compared to this cylinder and to this cylinder? So basically the base, the circular base, having different direction, because we changed the XY plane. Okay, so if you don't understand what makes the difference, okay, please refer to the video I mentioned before, the UCS video. Okay, alright, so I'm just gonna change back the UCS to the original one, the standard one maybe. So I'm just gonna put my X over here, and then my Y over there. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to draw wedge. Okay, wedge. So I'm gonna draw it over here. Before we draw our wedge, so this is how the wedge is going to look like over here. It's like a solid 3D triangle over there. So I'm just going to show you the concept first. So if you want to draw wedge, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so if I want to draw at the back, you're going to see something like this. This is at the hidden line. Okay, so this guy here, the surface here at the back here, I want you to pay attention on this one, because this is where we have the height. Okay, the height over here. Okay, so I'm going to use red color again. Just gonna erase this part here. You know what, I'm just gonna erase everything now. So I just want to show you. So let's say this is our red, and then this is our green line, and this is our Z line. So remember, the green line, the Z, the blue color is Z axis, this is Y axis, and the red one is X axis. So if you want to draw the wedge, I want you to pay attention on the XY plane. So the XY plane. Okay, this guy here. I want to pay attention on that. So when we draw our wedge, I want you to pay attention on, so this is the length here. So let's say again here. So remember, this is our X, and this is the base of our wedge, the base. So now I want to draw the height. So the height will always along the Y axis here. So you want to draw the height, so the height will always on the Y part, the Y axis over here. Always on the Y, not on the X, not on the Z, but on the Y. So, and then if you complete the drawing, you're going to have like this. So I just want to repeat again. Just pay attention on the XY. X will be for the length, and for the width at the back here is where is our Y. So now if I go to our AutoCAD, so if you look at the UCS right now, I just want you to imagine how the wedge will looks like. Okay, try to imagine first, and now let's try how to draw it. So it asks us to specify first corner, so I'm just gonna put that point here, and then there is option cube or length. So just click. My preference is to use length, so that I can set up the X and Y and Z differently. So now let's put the X, let's say is 100. Now the Y, let's put 150 maybe. Okay, remember that I say the height at the back here will always on the Y axis. So the Y axis is over there, so you can see it's going up at the Y axis. Okay, so I'm just gonna put down the value of the height. Let's say 100. Let's say 200. Okay, so now we have. Okay, let's try what happened if we change the UCS. So I'm just gonna change UCS. So let's put the UCS center here. I'm gonna put my X over there and my Y over here. So I want you to pay attention how the wedge will look like. So put any point you want. Okay, and then I'm just gonna click length because we want to use length option. Specify the X first. Let's say 100. And the Y 100 for the Y direction, I'm going to put 150. Okay, all right. So notice that you can whether put it over here or put going down over here. But basically, the height at the back here based on the Y, where is our Y located. So our Y is over there. That's why it's going up along the Y. So let's say I put it on top of here, and then let's give it 200. So if you look at here, we have a wedge going on that direction. So I hope that's helping you in drawing the solid 3D solid box and so on. Okay, thank you very much.